Greetings students and welcome to the first instructional video of the section, the United States of America. Today we will be studying the physical features of the United States east of the Mississippi River. In this video we will be introduced to we will be discussing some of the most outstanding features of the United States east of the Mississippi River, including the regions of the United States east of the Mississippi River, the bodies of water, the physical landscape, and some facts about U.S. resources, economy, agriculture, and natural extremes. East of the Mississippi River region includes 26 states and 4 subregions, which is a geographical smaller division of a region. Each subregion contains some special features, which makes it unique. And the regions that we are going to study as follows: New England, the Midwest, Mid-Atlantic, and the Southeast. Now, be careful. We are speaking about the regions east of the Mississippi River. Later on in the section, we'll be discussing west of the Mississippi River, the physical features, history, and the life of the people. But for now, we can say that east of the Mississippi River is our main focus for the next 3 videos, which is going to be the physical features of the United States, the history of the United States, and the life of the people of the United States. Now, can you guess which color refers to which subregion? I know that I have passed them quickly, but I want you to think. Pause this video and answer. What is mauve? What is green? What is orange? And what is pink? Now, I'm going to answer you in 3, 2, 1, and I hope that you got it correct. The mauve indicates New England, the pink, the Mid-Atlantic, the green, the Midwest, and finally, the orange, the Southeast. Now, after we have learned the location of the 4 subregions, let's learn what states they include and some of their main features. First, New England. New England includes 6 states: Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, MA, Rhode Island, and Connecticut. New England is the first English colony because during the 1600s, people from England came and settled in New England, and of course, in honor of their country, their home country. Can you guess which country is it? England. In honors of their home country, England, they named the new settlement, or they named the new colony that they habituate New England. But wait a second. What is the meaning of a colonist? And who is a colonist? Now, I want you to pause this video and think of an answer. I'm going to answer you in 3, 2, 1, and I hope that you got it correct. A colonist is a member of a government-backed group that settles in a new country or a region. The land that is claimed by a colonist is usually already occupied by another group of people, like when the American people or the settlers of England kicked out and killed the Native American people or the Native American tribes. A colonist can also be called a settler, someone who helps to start a settlement in a completely new area or land. The second region that we are going to study is the Mid-Atlantic. And the Mid-Atlantic includes 5 states: Delaware, Maryland, New Jersey, New York, and Pennsylvania. As you can see in this fascinating and outstanding picture, of course, for those who does not know, or for those who do not know, this is the Statue of Liberty. Funny stories. The Statue of Liberty was to be placed at the entrance of the Suez Canal in the great grand city of Port Said, Egypt. But the Egyptian government refused to pay the person who designed the Statue of Liberty the costs of his work. Later on, it was bought by the United States, and it is the entrance of the New York harbor. For when the new immigrants come, this is an example of freedom and new good life for them. Now, as New York is part of the Mid-Atlantic, Mid-Atlantic is very unique because all of its states were the original 13 Union states and has the United States capital, Washington, D.C. But Mr. Muhammad, what is the 13 Union states? These are the first 13 states that generated the history of the United States, and later they became 50 states. And if you looked at the United States flag, you will find 50 states and 13 red stripes. These 13 red stripes represents the 13 states that the United States of America started with. Later on, we will be discussing some of the history facts related to these 13 states. Now, moving to another point. Which state has the capital of the United States? Maryland, Virginia, or Columbia? Try to guess from the map. Did you guess it? Now, let me shock you. The United States capital, Washington, D.C., District of Columbia, it's not in Columbia. It's not even a state. It's not a city. It goes under the term statehood, which is a federal district that was formed in the 1790. The capital, Washington, D.C., is the capital of the United States of America, not a city, not a state, just a federal district. Now, moving to the third important subregion, it's the Midwest. And the Midwest includes 5 states: Illinois, Indiana, Michigan, Ohio, and Wisconsin. Now, some of the features about the Midwest, it harbors or it has all the 5 states. And these 5 states, not just ordinary states, they are sharing the borders with one of the Great Lakes. The Great Lakes. Yes, we are going to study what are the Great Lakes and the significance of the Great Lakes later on in this video. Be careful. The region is named U.S. breadbasket, the Midwest. Why? Since it produced most of the foods and the crops to the country. So it has earned the title the breadbasket. Finally, or the final subregion that we have is the Southeast, which includes 10 states: Alabama, Florida, Georgia, Kentucky, Mississippi, North Carolina, South Carolina, Virginia, West Virginia, and Tennessee, plus Louisiana, which is west of the Mississippi River. But be careful. We will be studying Louisiana and the physical features of west of the Mississippi River, the United States west of the Mississippi River, more intensively. And we will learn much more about New Orleans, the capital of Louisiana. But let's take a hint about the Southwest for now. Southwest, some of the states have long coastal borders with the Atlantic Ocean and the Gulf of Mexico. Now, how about the climate in the east of the Mississippi region? Now, we say that New England and Midwest have a dramatic climate, like your bad girlfriend, with huge difference in temperature between the seasons, while the Mid-Atlantic have mild weather with moderate temperature most of the year. The Southeast, on the other hand, tropical weather, usually hot, humid, and rainy throughout the year. It's also known for having hurricanes during the summer and early autumn. And at the end of this video, we'll be learning one of the most horrifying, catastrophic hurricanes that hit the United States in 2005. Now, after we have learned about the 4 subregions, let's learn about land and water. Can you guess how many important bodies of water are in the region? Pause this video and try to answer. I'm going to answer you in 3, 2, 1, and if you guessed it or if you got 8, you are absolutely correct. There are 8 bodies of water in the region of the United States, east of the Mississippi River. But what are these bodies of water? We say first the Atlantic Ocean, the second biggest ocean after the Pacific. The Gulf of Mexico. Of course, it borders between the United States and Mexico. We have the Mississippi River, the most crucial river that we are studying because it separates the United States into 26 states and 24 states. So we say it divides the United States. The St. Lawrence Seaway, and St here, guys, does not mean strait. St is short or abbreviation for saint. So this is the St. Lawrence Seaway. The Ohio River. What are the features of these bodies of water? Okay, let's start with the Atlantic Ocean. The Atlantic Ocean is one of the biggest in the world. The Atlantic coast, located east of the United States, extends 2,000 miles from Maine to Florida. The coast is rocky in New England area, but sandy and smooth in the mid-Atlantic and southeast region. This is why a lot of people love and prefer to go to Miami Beach than to other beaches of the state. Second is the Gulf of Mexico. Now, the Gulf of Mexico is located southeast of the United States and covering an area of 6,000 square miles. But what is the meaning of the word Gulf? Is it a sport that we play? No, that's golf. I hope that's not a bad joke. So I want you to pause this video and try to answer this question. What is the meaning of the word Gulf? I'm answering you in 3, 2, 1, and if you answered, it's a water body surrounded by land from all the sides except one, you got it right. And Gulf, by the way, is the opposite of the word peninsula, which is land surrounded by water from all sides except one. Gulf is the extreme opposite. Since the Gulf of Mexico is a gulf, it is surrounded by land from all sides except one. It extends from Florida to Mexico. Third, we have the Great Lakes. As I've mentioned earlier in the video, it is in the state of, or it is in the subregion of, that has one of states near to the lakes. You answer this question. Now, if you could not read back with the video. Okay, so the Great Lakes, they have 5 lakes: Lake Ontario, Lake Superior, Lake Michigan, Lake Erie, and Lake Huron. These are the 5 Great Lakes of the United States of America. Now, they create part of the northern borders between the United States and Canada. And by the way, the United States and Canada have one, if not the longest, undefended borders between two countries, and the borders extend for 8,888 miles. There are 5 lakes in this region. Again, Superior, Michigan, Huron, Erie, and Ontario. They are considered the largest deposit of liquid fresh water in the world. But do you know what is the largest freshwater deposit in the world? Be careful. I've said the 5 Great Lakes are considered, or they are the largest deposit of liquid freshwater in the world. But this is a general question. What is the largest, maybe deepest as well, freshwater deposit in the world? I want you to pause this video and try to guess the answer. I'm answering you in 3, 2, 1, and if you said Lake Baikal in Russia, you are absolutely outstanding. Lake Baikal in Russia is considered the deepest, oldest freshwater lake in the world. It holds about 20% of Earth's unfrozen surface freshwater, the largest volume worldwide. Fourth, the Mississippi River. One of the longest rivers in North America. Quick question, what is the longest river in the world? It's the Nile River, in Africa, of course. What is the widest river in the world? It is the Amazon River in South America. But one of the longest rivers in North America is the Mississippi River, which extends, or which has the length of 2,350 miles. The Mississippi River runs from Minnesota in the north to the Gulf of Mexico in the south. Be careful, the river runs southward. And we say that because there are some rivers who runs upwards, like the Nile River, for example. Because if you looked at the Egypt as a country, Egypt, the part that is in the south is called Upper Egypt because it's elevated. And the part that it's in the north is called Lower Egypt. This is why we say that the Mississippi River runs southwards. Also, the Mississippi River has many tributaries. And the word tributary means a small river feeding into a bigger river. And some of the tributaries of the Mississippi River are the Missouri and the Ohio River. Later on in the video, we'll be studying more about the Ohio River. And the Mississippi River forms the borders between many states such as Wisconsin, Illinois, Kentucky, Mississippi, and Tennessee. The St. Lawrence Seaway, most probably the most important seaway in both Canada and the United States. It starts from Lake Ontario and empties its water in the Atlantic Ocean, 750 miles. USA and Canada work together to build a passageway with gates called locks that allows the ships to travel in this seaway. The crucial importance for the St. Lawrence Seaway for the United States that it connects the ports of the Great Lakes in the Midwest to the other ports worldwide. The Ohio River. It feeds the Mississippi River more water than any other river. It starts from Pennsylvania to the Mississippi River, 981 miles, creates a border between the states of Ohio, Indiana, and Illinois to the north, and West Virginia and Kentucky to the south. Now, as we have learned much about the water bodies of the United States east of the Mississippi River, let's move to the landform. The most important landform in the region are the Atlantic Coastal Plain and the Appalachian Mountains. But what is a coastal plain? It's a low, flat strip of land made of sand next to a sea or an ocean. So the Atlantic Coastal Plain stretches from the northeast of US, from Maine specifically, to the southern borders with Mexico, known for having some of the most important beaches and ports in the United States. The Appalachian Mountains. As you can see in the map, it stretches from Canada in the north to the southern part of the United States. And the Appalachian Mountains are the oldest and longest chain of mountains east of the Mississippi River, because later on, west of the Mississippi River, we'll be taking the Grand Canyon, which some of the rocks were formed 1.2 billion years ago. And the Appalachian Mountains stretches for 1,500 miles from Alabama in the south to the Canadian border in the north. Most of the mountains are in parallel ranges, means that they form two non-crossing lines. The most famous ranges are the Great Smoky Mountains in Tennessee and the Blue Ridge Mountain, Virginia. Finally, let's learn some facts about the United States resources, economy, agriculture, and some of nature extremes. See, as for the minerals and energy resources of the United States, the region possesses natural substance such as iron, gold, and zinc, and energy resources such as coal, oil, and natural gas. The eastern states are home to a variety of landscapes and farming practices, like the crops are like pottery, lumber, catfish, cotton, and soybeans, and also they farm wheat. The region mining and manufacturing and agriculture powers was a major force in the United States. And these things in east of the Mississippi River strongly pushed the United States economy to be one of the top, if not the top, worldwide. And to the final point of the video, we are going to study some climate extremes that happened to the United States of America east of the Mississippi River. The horrific Katrina hurricane, and yes, most of the names of the hurricanes or tornadoes are named after women. You guess why? I'm not misogynist, but you try to search and you tell me. But before we continue, I want you to tell me, what is a hurricane? I'm going to answer you in 3, 2, 1, and you probably have guessed it now from the picture. A hurricane is a tornado or a natural disaster caused by very strong wind. And the most famous hurricane ever to hit the southeast was named Katrina in 2005, which killed over 1,800 people and destroyed and made thousands of people homeless. By that, we have reached the end of our very first video of the section the United States east of the Mississippi River. I hope that you have enjoyed. Do not forget to answer the quiz below, and do not forget to check if there are any sheets uploaded to study them beforehand. Thank you, and see you in the next videos. Bye-bye.